Let me talk to you about a $50,000 power play. So we're talking about bad credit loans, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders. And if you have a FICO score of 540, you will be interested in this review. So let's get into it right now. Number 7, we have Upstart. Our score, 8.1 over 10. If you're looking for a lender that's great for bad credit, you will love Upstart. And the minimum credit requirements, 300. So that's at the bottom of the FICO score spectrum. Not a problem at all. You have the APR goes from 4.60% to 35.99%. And terms here, we have 36 to 60 months. And there is an origination fee that can go all the way to 12%. What we love about Upstart is that it uses artificial intelligence instead of traditional FICO credit score models to make lending decisions. So if you have bad credit, but let's say you are educated, you have a good job, you're making good money, and so your finances overall are kind of cool, you actually can score a higher amount through Upstart. So what are we talking about here? With Upstart, we're speaking about a maximum loan amount of $50,000. This is really great. And so this is the power play we're talking about. This is fantastic. And you need to provide an email address though. They want you to give an email address. They'll ask you for your bank account. They'll ask for your date of birth and your social. Now, the cool thing about Upstart is that you can actually go through a pre-qual process. You can get a soft pull, so with no impact on your credit. This is really good. Let me go through the pros and cons real quick here. The pros: loans. You can get loans that can be used toward education related expenses. You can receive funds in one business day, and you have flexible loan amounts options. This is really cool. Now, the fact that you can use the loans for education expenses are it's really fantastic, because you have some players in this industry, like Lightstream, for example, that do not allow you to use their loans for education purposes. What about the cons here? There is no option to apply with a co-borrower. The loan is not available in Iowa or West Virginia, and you have limited loan terms. Okay, but overall, Upstart is a great player here. Again, maximum loan amount, we're speaking about $50,000. If you have thin credit, you could qualify, not a problem at all. So this is fantastic. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have a quick convo with you about personal loans, bad credit. Number 6, we have Upgrade. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So Upgrade is great for flexible loan amounts. If you have bad credit, you're looking for a generous lender, this is really great for you. And so the maximum loan amount here is $50,000. And the APR is kind of decent too. You're looking at 8.50 to 35%, 36%. And the minimum credit requirements, 540 all the way to 580. And terms here, 24 to 84 months. This is really good. You're looking at 2 years all the way to 7 years. And there is an origination fee that goes from 2% all the way to 10%. It's a little lower than what the Upstart is charging anyway. And by the way, I just want to say that the origination fees do never allow a lender to charge you the origination fee before approving the loan. So in other words, they must deduct the origination fee from the loan proceeds. Okay, very important. So what we love about the Upgrade is that you can be approved for a loan that goes from $1,000 all the way to $50,000. This is kind of cool. And so let me quickly go through the pros and cons here. Pros: you can receive funds in as little as one business day. This loan offers auto pay discounts. This loan also offers auto secure loans. What about the cons here? The loan is not available in West Virginia or DC, the state capital, the nation's capital. The loan charges $10 late fees and $10 failed payment attempt fees. And you also have the origination fee. So it is what it is. And so overall, if you are 18 years of age, you're making $1,000 minimum in income, you could qualify, not a problem. And FICO score 540 all the way to 580. This is really good. So in our view, this is a great loan if you're trying to really get a loan with bad credit. So this is kind of cool. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. Today we are talking about a $50,000 power play. So bad credit loans, guaranteed approval lenders. Talking about bad credit loans, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders. Okay, FICO score 540 minimum. So this is really important. Number 5, we have One Main Financial. Our score, 8.8 over 10. So when you think about One Main Financial, you're thinking about a lender that's not really generous. I mean, they're not as generous as Upgrade or Upstart, because One Main Financial is really limiting you to $20,000. But the cool thing is that they approve you real fast. So for One Main Financial, you're looking at $1,500 for $1,500 to $20,000. That's the loan amount range. The APR, 18% to 36%. The loan, so the term lengths, you have 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. So 24, 36, 48, and 60 months. And this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that there is an origination fee here, 1% to 10%. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that the FICO score is really low too. So minimum FICO here, 500. Okay. So if you have 500, One Main Financial will take care of you. Not a problem at all. So for borrowers with bad credit, One Main Financial offers both unsecured and secure loans. So the latter of which may require collateral. This could be a vehicle, for example. Okay. But one thing I want to say here is that, what we love about One Main Financial, let me quickly go through the pros and cons so you have a clear idea. So what are the pros here? One Main Financial offers both secured and unsecured loans. You have the ability to change your payment due dates, and there are no prepayment fees. What about the cons here? APR is higher than some other lenders. This lender charges late fees, and you have a small maximum loan amount. Think about it, $20,000. Okay. But in terms of the eligibility criteria, if you're making at least $1,200 in gross income, you could qualify. If you have like a FICO score that's 500 or even lower, One Main Financial will approve you. In terms of your employment history, it doesn't really matter if you have a job or not, as long as you can prove that you are generating $1,200 in income minimum every month. This is kind of cool. But the thing is that if you have filed for bankruptcy, you cannot qualify for a One Main Financial loan. And so, but the One Main Financial wants to have a clear idea about your income, your expenses, the purpose of the loan, where you live. You have the ability to actually pre-qualify for the loan on their website, depending on your geography. So for all intents and purposes, this is a great loan for us. Number 4, we have Lending Point. Our score, 9 over 10. So if you're thinking about Lending Point, we love the fact that this lender is great for loan-term flexibility. You have the ability to pre-apply to actually have a soft pull on their website, and the minimum credit requirements goes from 540 all the way to 640. The APR goes from 8% to 36%. Terms 24 to 72 months. And so there is an origination fee, maximum of 8%. So this is kind of cool. So what we love about this Lending Point is that it gives you a longer repayment window. Think about it. And this is really good. And the Lending Point's applicants must have an annual income that goes from 30,000 all the way to 40,000. Okay, 30,000 to 40,000. And basically, you cannot apply with joint or co-signed loans. Let me quickly go through the pros and cons here. Pros: you may receive funds 1 business day after approval. The approval process doesn't just rely on credit score, and there are no prepayment penalties. What about the cons here? Loans are not offered in Nevada or West Virginia, and Lending Point does not offer joint applications. And you must have annual income of 30,000 all the way to 40,000, in some cases 45,000. Now the delta in the loan, in the income amount, depends on the geography you're in, depends on the state you're in. So this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say here is that you must have a verifiable bank account. Okay, this is important. And overall, in our view, for all intents and purposes, this is a great loan. If you're looking for a bad credit loan, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders, this is actually one of the loans you want to look at. One thing we also love with Lending Point is that they're really fast. I mean, they're really fast, and their customer service is also really great. So having the ability to get a loan, and you can actually be approved all the way to $50,000. You can get $50,000 from Lending Point, not a problem at all. But again, this is the maximum. Depending on your geography, you might actually qualify for a lower amount. But overall, this is a great lender. Number 3, we have a Lending Club. I was score 9.4 over 10. So Lending Club is another great player. With Lending Club, you can actually get a personal loan all the way to $40,000. That's the maximum loan amount here. And so the minimum credit requirements, 550. So if you have 550 credit score, you can qualify for a Lending Club loan. And the APR goes from 10% to 36%, terms 36 to 60 months. And there is an origination fee that goes from 3% all the way to 8%. So Lending Club, in our view, is great for, like, if you're looking for loans that will help you using a co-borrower, Lending Club is kind of cool. And so Lending Club, just remember, Lending Club is a peer-to-peer lending marketplace through which you can borrow up to $40,000 and get funds in as little as 24 hours. You may also change your due dates with Lending Club, either as a one-time occurrence or permanently, but be sure to check how changing your payment deadlines could affect your interest rates. You'll need to be current on your payments in order to change your due date. Okay, this is important. And an added bonus for borrowers with low credit scores, Lending Club also offers joint personal loans. So the option to add a co-borrower may make it easier for some applicants with poor credit to qualify for a personal loan. So if you have if your FICO score is lower than 540 or 550, you may want to think about having a cosigner. Okay, this is something that Upgrade or Upstart doesn't allow you to do. Even Lending Point doesn't allow you to do it, but Lending Club does allow that. So this is kind of cool. So what are the pros and cons of Lending Club? Pros: you have 15-day grace period if you are late on payments. This lender allows for co-borrowers, and you have the option to pay creditors directly if using funds to consolidate debt. What about the cons here? Borrowers in Iowa and U.S. territories are not eligible. This lender charges late fees, and they also charge an origination fee between 3% and 8%. Okay, so this is important. So to qualify for a personal loan with Lending Club, you must have at least $1,000 in income. You must be, of course, 18 years of age and have a verifiable bank account. So this is really important. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about bad credit loans, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders. This is a $50,000 power play with FICO score of 540 minimum. Number 2, we have a Happy Money. Our score, 9.7 over 10. So when you think about Happy Money, I want you to think about a very generous lender, and minimum credit score 540 all the way to 640, and the delta depends on the geography you're in. And what I want to say here is that the loan amounts goes all the way to $50,000, again depending on the geography you're in, and the APR goes from 11% to 25%. And terms here, we have 24 months to 60 months. And so there is what we love about Happy Money is that the origination fee is lower than the other players. Lending Club, Lending Point, OneMain, Upgrade, Upstart. They only charge you maximum 5%. So other than its origination fee, Happy Money doesn't charge application fees or prepayment penalties or late fees. Okay. So what I want to say here is that when we think about Happy Money, Happy Money used to be called Payoff, though. Just want to quickly remind you that. So Happy Money bad credit loans are specifically available to help borrowers eliminate credit card debt. So while you may not be eligible for Happy Money's lowest interest rates, their personal loan rates may be lower than those on your current credit card. So if you are approved by this lender, you can typically expect to see your lump sum deposited into your account within 3 to 6 business days, which can be much slower than other lenders on today's conversation. Let me quickly talk to you about the pros and cons of Happy Money. So when you think about Happy Money, here are the pros. So there are no application or late fees, no prepayment penalties, and so this lender may offer lower interest rates than credit cards, because when you really think about it, they're charging you maximum 24%, whereas we know credit cards can go all the way to 35.99%. Okay, so the APR for Happy Money goes from 11% all the way to 25%. This is kind of cool. And so you can, Happy Money is really transparent about its eligibility requirements. What about the cons here? No joint applications available. Not available to residents in Massachusetts or Nevada. Loans can only be used towards paying off credit cards, and the funding timeline can be really slow. So it is what it is. Number one, the best of the best when it comes to bad credit loans, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders, we have Avon. Our score, 9.9 over 10. And with Avon, we love the fact that you are able to pre-qualify. You are able to get a decent loan. So maximum $50,000. No, not 50, $35,000. That's the maximum loan amount. And so Avon is great for quick funding. In terms of minimum credit requirements, Avon will start you at 500 all the way to 580. This is really good. And so Avon is really generous there. The APR goes from 10% to 36%. Terms, we have 12 months all the way to 60 months. And there is an origination fee up to 4.75%. So if you are approved for a personal loan with Avon, your funds may be deposited into your bank account as soon as the next business day. This is really cool. And remember that Avon has a higher interest rate than some lenders, but you may receive your loan faster than their competitors. So this is kind of cool. One thing I also want to say is that Avon will allow borrowers to change their loan due date up to the date before the deadline. Okay, this is kind of cool. And Avon also offers secured loans for those who don't qualify for an unsecured loan. So this is kind of cool. And let me quickly go through the pros and cons of Avon here. The pros: there are no prepayment penalties. You may receive funds as soon as the next business day, and you may consider household income of instead of just the individual income. So let's say you're trying to apply for an Avon loan and you are making, like, your spouse is making more money than you. You can actually use your spouse money, also your spouse income. You can consolidate that and you can put that on the application form. So this could help you actually qualify for a larger amount or even qualifying at all. So this is really good. What about the cons here? Avon charges late and dishonored payment fees. Also charges an origination fee of up to 4.75%. And you can only borrow up to $35,000. Okay. And so in terms of eligibility, Avon wants you to make at least $1,300 a month. That's the minimum gross income here. And you need to verify your employment. You need to verify your employment. You need to verify your identity, rather. You need to verify your income. And you got to have a bank account. You need to have a bank account. Otherwise, you're not going to qualify for an Avon loan. Let's have a general conversation about a $50,000 power play. So bad credit loans, guaranteed approval, generous and fast lenders. It's important to understand that when you are trying to get a bad credit loan of that magnitude, get $50,000, you always want to start with looking at your, you first of all, you need to have a clear idea about the types of loans that you have for bad credit, right? You have secure loans, you have unsecured loans, you have joint personal loans, you have payday loans, you have cash advances, you have bank agreements, you have bad credit home equity loans, you have HELOC loans for bad credit, you have student loans for bad credit. So the bottom line here is that you have a constellation of bad credit loans. So when you think about personal loans, bad credit, don't think, oh, it's automatically has to be a term loan, like an unsecured loan. No, you have different types of bad credit loans. And you do have actually a variety of lenders who will work with you in terms of giving you a bad credit loans. So you can talk to banks, you can talk to credit unions, you can talk to online lenders, you can talk to alternative lenders. And the thing is that sort of contrary to what people believe, you can still get you could get a bad credit loan at a bank or credit union. Everything starts and ends with a relationship you were able to build all those years. You can't just get your ass up and say, you know what, I have bad credit and I want to qualify for a loan, a personal loan at Wells Fargo. No, it takes time. It takes a relationship. It takes the ability to talk to different folks. And so, yeah, and the same thing applies to credit unions. You need to build a relationship. So if you have a relationship with PenFed, go talk to PenFed when you are when you are ready to get a bad credit loan. Do the same thing with alternative lenders. Do the same thing with online lenders. Okay. I mean, all the players that I've just mentioned to you today, like you have Upstart, Upgrade, Lending Point, Lending Club, all those are One Man Financial. Those are primarily online lenders. So, and the most important thing is that you want to check your credit score first. You want to seek lenders that consider more than just your credit, right? And see if you can pre-qualify. Good thing is all of those players here, They allow you to pre-qualify, so you can pre-qualify first before actually doing anything. And when you are ready, compare loan offers to make sure that you're getting the best deal. Very important. Before I do a recap here, I want to acquaint you with our loan evaluation approach. Please check out this short video. We have a method in place when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing personal loans for bad credit, guaranteed approval. Check this out. Let's quickly recap here. So number one, we have Avon. Our score 9.9 over 10. Number two, we have Happy Money. Our score 9.7 over 10. Number three, we have Lending Club. Our score 9.4 over 10. Number four, we have Lending Points 9 over 10. Number five, One Main Financial 8.8 over 10. Number six, we have Upgrade 8.5 over 10. Number seven, we have Upstart. Our score 8.1 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.